going on, YouTube? R to the double E dash to the ZON coming at you once again, and this time I'm doing the video on my thoughts on the reveal of the Microsoft Xbox Series X, or as we now have come to know, is Series X is not the name. Series X is more like the model. It's just the new Xbox. That's what they're calling it. Microsoft Xbox Series X. And I'm sure there'll be a Series S or Series whatever, as they make different versions of the console, different configurations or whatnot. Just like PlayStation, PlayStation Pro, Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox One S, all that crap. Just 1 second, let me double check this real quick. Okay, so my thoughts, man. I was thoroughly impressed by what they showed. As far, they didn't show a lot about the features of the console or anything like that. They did reveal like a press release after the reveal, detailing some of the specs and some of the features and things, and I'll get into that. But man, they showed off Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, the sequel to Hellblade, exclusive as far as we can tell to Microsoft Xbox Series X. And what you're about to see in this trailer is all in-engine footage. What that means for those who may not understand is, okay, you remember when we were waiting forever for a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild trailer? Show us something about this game, man. It's been 3 years or whatnot, whatever, And then that E3, they finally showed the trailer, the one where Link is on horseback and he's running away from the Guardian, and he's shooting at him and blowing up and all that. And then he runs across a little bridge and the Guardian destroys the bridge and Link vaults off the horse and, the arrow and all that. That trailer was also in-engine footage. What that means is, that's a trailer. That's a cinematic. That's not the actual gameplay. But that is exactly what the gameplay, that's what the character models, the world, what you're seeing here, this is exactly what they will look like. And when you saw that trailer for Breath of the Wild, tell me the game doesn't look like that. It does. Okay. All right. Following that train of thought, my voice is cracking because I'm so fucking excited. If you saw that fucking trailer, and you saw the way Senua looked, and all the other characters and all the people looked, they looked like fucking lifelike. They looked like human actors. The environments looked like actual legitimate environments, not modeled, not rendered. But they were. And if that is true, and that's the engine of the game, that's what the game is gonna look like, I'm gonna just be real. I'm switching. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Hey, listen. Y'all have heard me say for over a decade now, I'm a gamer. I love all consoles. I love all systems. But when it comes to what I buy and what I enjoy, it's Nintendo first. And it's usually, back in the day, back in my youth, it was Nintendo and Sega. Then it was Nintendo and Sony. And it basically stayed Nintendo and Sony. I did own the original Xbox original. But that was only at the end of its life cycle when I got it for $100 or whatever, if that, just to get the Star Wars games and shit like that that didn't come to Nintendo's console. But you always heard me say, I'm not with Microsoft. But I've always been respected. You've always heard me say, I no disrespect to the people who watch my channel and just in general who are Xbox fans, it's never been for me. They've never had anything that entices me. Never got my attention. And then go back to 2013. If you look at my channel, 2013, I did a video called reaction to the Xbox One reveal. That video was super controversial. It even started a feud between me and another YouTuber, if I remember, was Andrew36 GRP Over. I think that was his name. And there's no beef anymore. There never really was beef. It was a stupid feud. But that video sparked conflict between me and that other YouTuber, and other people got involved, in the comments and all that. Because, he felt that I was just following along with the industry and didn't give a shit if, they fed us horse shit, which, whatever. Not gonna get into that. But, it was controversial also because I was sticking up for a Microsoft console, which I've never had anything good to say about them. I've always just said that they don't float my boat. But there I was, impressed by that reveal. Okay, well, here I am impressed even more by the Xbox Series X, dude. And, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm still going to see what PlayStation does because I've enjoyed my PlayStation 3. I've enjoyed my PlayStation 4. But there are a couple of things about PlayStation that I can see by being a multi PlayStation system owner over the years that they're in no hurry to change, and they're annoyances to me. First and foremost, the fucking controller. I hate the DualShock. I have hated the DualShock since 1995 or 96. Yeah, it was 96. The N64 came out. Then Sony, in their normal traditional fashion, copied Nintendo and then put analog sticks with okay, 96. Since 96, I've hated the DualShock. It is not a good controller. It is not. It sits in the hand well, but having the two joysticks both together at the bottom of the controller and having them as loosey-goosey as those joysticks, those analog sticks are on the PS4, it is horrible for first-person shooters or any game in where precision aiming is required. Horrible. Horrible. Okay? The fact that you're still with it's basically a Super Nintendo controller with handles on it. No innovation. The grip on it sucks. Like when I look at an Xbox, going back to even the original Xbox from the start till now, their controllers, yeah, sure, from 360 to 1 and now to the Series X hasn't really changed all that much, but at least it's a good controller. Like you can hold it. It's like a modernized, better realized Dreamcast controller. The way it grips and the triggers in the back and all that. The fact that they run on batteries, like actual batteries, I hate that shit. They got to change that. But whatever, I'll deal with that because I deal with still changing batteries on my Wii remotes, and I don't give a fuck. I love the Wii remote. So, the controller on the PlayStation sucks. I've always hated it. Other thing I don't like, the user interface, the OS. It's so fucking convoluted, and there is so much in that OS. But visually, everything is the same. So it's bland, and when I need to find something specific, I gotta go hunting, dude. And all these drop down and open that up, and it's like it's and the fact that it all looks the same, it's all drab. I mean, yeah, you can have themes to it and all that, but I'm saying the actual OS itself, the way it's laid out, the way that the way that the user interacts with it and maneuvers through it, it's not ideal. Also, online play. Yes. Okay, listen, I'm Nintendo first, so in that realm, I have no reason to complain because Sony's online is so much better than Nintendo's. But all I've ever heard from my friends and people I know who are Microsoft users, and all I've ever heard from the industry in general and just people that play, is that Xbox, that it's kind of an exaggeration, but it's kind of true. The leap or the gap between Nintendo's online service and Sony's online service, it's almost that same size gap between Sony's online service and Microsoft's. Microsoft has been doing this since 2000, the online service, Xbox Live. I still, now granted, I have not really fully indulged myself or dove head first into online gaming on the PlayStation 4. I don't have a headset. I haven't tried to what's the word? I haven't tried to go into using a party system or chat or all that. But even when somebody wants to join a game, it's kind of like there's like a multi-step process. Like as far as okay, I get an invite, I see an invite pop up, a notification. Oh, so and so is inviting you to a party. I gotta press the PlayStation button, back out of there, and go to that particular part of the OS. As far as I know, if I'm wrong, please correct me, but this is the way I've been able to do it. Go to that part of the OS or menu, get there, select that, and then do it. Whereas, from what I'm hearing from all these Xbox owners for fucking years now, is, you're playing your game, bling, so-and-so is playing such game. Do you want to jump into their party, or you want to jump into their game? Press the play, you say yes, press the Xbox button, and it goes in. If you don't have the disc in and it's a disc-based game, you put the disc in, yeah, that's it. Streamline, dude. Streamline. And it's no debate, man. You can go to any publication, any website. Xbox has had the definitive online experience forever. And I've always said that. That's hands down. I've always said it. Since Nintendo and Microsoft are being so buddy-buddy lately, I wish Nintendo would hook up with Microsoft and let Microsoft handle their online. That'd be awesome. Pay them. Fucking pay them. Because they're the masters of that shit. But anyways, yeah, so those are some of the grievances I've had with Sony over the years. After seeing this Xbox Series X, And another video I'm gonna make after this with an announcement that will kind of shock you guys. Man, yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I'm gonna jump over. I'm gonna watch what Sony presents, and Sony might blow my fucking mind. But it's not that I've made up my mind already. I don't want you guys to think that, because that's not the case. But I just have this feeling in my gut that I'm like, it's time for a change. I want a change. Like, I want to see what that other side is like, because I've heard nothing but good about it. And truth be told, I've heard a lot more stories of people who were PlayStation jump to Xbox than people who were Xbox jump to PlayStation. This generation, there were a lot of Xbox users that jumped to PlayStation because it was the more popular system, and a lot of their friends that they used to play with on Live were now on Sony. But as far as like, that's just because of the popularity of the system. Is that because the system overall is better? So I want to see what that's like. So I think I'm going to end up jumping, man. I'm still going to see. And who knows, man, even though I'm very, 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 very careful with my money, this might be the first generation I get all three. You know, maybe. I don't know. But I know for sure I am leaning hard towards the Xbox Series X. And I'm talking about the Series X, the high-end one. I don't have the TV for it. I mean, I have a 1080. It'll still play on a 1080p. Eventually, I'll get a better TV, but, you know, it'll still play on this TV. But it's like, they're talking about, and the specs. Yo, super fast DDR6 memory. I forgot how many gigs, but fuck, it doesn't matter. You have a fucking NVMe SSD. I work in a computer company where we build high-end gaming PCs. That's a fast format for a drive. Dude, loading times will be non-existent. I know PS5 is doing an SSD. So is Xbox, and it's NVMe. And what else was it? Man, I forgot. Okay, as far as the GPU, I forgot what it was. I think it was Ryzen based, or I don't remember. But yo, you could see what it could do graphically when you look at that trailer, and that's in engine, like I said. So yeah, man. And again, the controller, dude. I love the Xbox controller. I have since like I said, since the original. I didn't like the big one, the Duke, the original Xbox controller, but when they redid it to a smaller one, ever since then, that's been gold. Don't fuck with that. That's why the Wii U Pro controller is so awesome, because it's basically a 360 controller, but with the joysticks asymmetrical. I'm sorry, symmetrical instead of asymmetrical. So the controller's awesome, man. Yeah, man. I think I'm leaning hard in that direction, man. My thing though is that it's gonna be it's most likely gonna be 500 or more. And you know my stance. I've always said I'll never pay a penny more than 400 for a system. And I want to stick with that principle, but I know I'm not. Let's be real. I know I'm not. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, dude, I'm going to do whatever I got to do. Save, use a credit card or whatever. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. That's going to happen. So, but I'm leaning hard in that direction, man. And especially the fact that they got so many studios they bought up. And that's the exclusive they show. They have it. Oh, and they also talked about a new Forza game that's coming for it. Up, surprise, whatever. But man, can you imagine Halo? I would love a Sunset Overdrive sequel with that power. Holy shit, man, dude. Man. And then also, man, dude. Let's be real. I love. Okay, this is gonna sound controversial when I say this, but I love, whether it's Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft. I love when one of these companies gets their asses kicked. Why do I say that? Well, let's see. PlayStation 1 versus N64. N64 was fucking obviously the better console. But PlayStation 1, N64, I said that right. N64 was obviously the better console. But PlayStation 1 was the more popular one and outsold it. Like fucking 5-1 or something like that. Nintendo got their ass kicked. Then you went in the next generation. They had the GameCube. The GameCube was fucking awesome. And don't tell me that the GameCube was a distant third, because it wasn't. It was a third right under the second place Xbox original, because they were 22 to 24 million. There's no difference there, barely. But the PlayStation 2 kicked the shit out of both of them. Nintendo got their ass kicked again. What did Nintendo do? Come with the Wii. Blow gaming up. Xbox came with the 360. Fucking went crazy with HD. They dominated the PS3 for the first half of that life cycle. Nintendo gets their ass kicked with the Wii U. Are y'all seeing what's going on with the Switch? They came with that fire. Microsoft got their ass kicked with the Xbox One. Sony fucking devoured them from start to finish. Nintendo passed them. They're third. And not just do you get the Series X. Series X looks amazing. I'm not even talking about that. That's where you get the birth of Game Pass. You never would have had Game Pass if it wasn't for Microsoft getting their ass kicked. So when these companies get beat the fuck down, they have no choice but to come with that fire, or they go belly up. And every time you see they do it, man. Fuck with Nintendo with the N64 and the GameCube. Okay, fine. You know what? The Wii, boom, 101 million seller, revolutionized gaming to this day. All of y'all controllers got some kind of motion sensing in them. Fuck with Microsoft and the Xbox One. Okay, boom, Game Pass. Now, nigga, you don't have to pay $60 to find out you don't like a game. Pay a subscription fee, which is what the fuck Nintendo should be doing on the Switch with all this shit. Pay a subscription fee, boom, you have access to hundreds and hundreds of games. Xbox 360, Xbox One games, all there. PC even. So if, I want to try this game. Well, I already have the subscription. I could just fucking download it. Boom, free. Well, I don't like it, fucking delete it. I don't have to pay $60 to find out I don't like the game. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, Microsoft. And I know, I'm not late to the party. I've been knowing about Game Pass since it started. I just don't have a Microsoft system, so I haven't been able to utilize it. But the time is coming. Next video. Announcement. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. Peace.